Hey everybody, it's Robert coming to you with another adventure into history, and today I'm standing in quite an amazing roadside cemetery here that I just drove by, saw, and had to check out. And it has something absolutely amazing here that I have never seen before, so a new discovery for me. I am somewhere in the Upson, Crawford County area of Georgia, not exactly sure what, don't know any real history of the people here, but we can look at their amazing monuments and see what we can find out. So like I said, I'm a little ways from home and not entirely sure of the history of this area that I'm in now, but I just could not resist stopping and checking out an old cemetery on the side of the road. And then when I saw something just amazing in this cemetery, I knew that I had to document it. So first we'll take a look at this obelisk here, relatively small obelisk. You can see the engraving at the top. And this is the grave of W.H. Hammock, born August 4th, 1859 and died August 31st, 1912. You can see he has a footstone there with his initials on it on the other side. But there's another little grave right here. And this is the grave of Lee Turner, son of O.J. and Frances Johnson, December 2nd, 1901 to January 13th, 1902. We can safely leave our darling in thy trust. It's a little child here. It's always sad to see the graves of children in these old cemeteries. So this is Joseph T. Kelly, born March 15th, 1906 and died June 10th, 1906. Our little babes, a young and fair, the sweetest God could give, was called to heaven with angels dear. Can't read the very last line. And bade him there to live. Little Joseph Kelly here has the lamb on top. Then the grave of Benjamin F. Kelly, born September 20th, 1899 and died July 13th, 1901. And that epitaph, I cannot read that with my eyes right now. It may show up better in video, so I'll kind of put the camera a little bit closer. Maybe you can pause the video if it shows up better. So a row of children right here. But then we've got to come back to this obelisk because there is an epitaph on the back and some more art on it that we missed. Their immortal spirits reign, there we shall meet again. So on this side of the stone is the grave of Eldora Hammock. And she was born April 21st, 1864. But no death date was ever engraved. So the question is she actually buried here or not? What most likely happened is Mr. Hammock, when he died in 1912, this stone was placed here and it was pre-engraved for Eldora Hammock. But the death date was left blank because she was still living, most likely when this was placed here. But I question as to whether she's actually buried here or not. She could have been buried here in an unmarked grave and they never came back and put the engraving for her on here. But if you look down there, we can see we've got a footstone for him, but we don't have anything for her over here. But on this side, there is an indention. It looks like right there, possibly. Oh, that's really close to that one. So hard to tell, but always interesting to see things like that. So then on this side of the cemetery is where things really start to get fascinating. We've got these beautiful old iron fences, and of course they've been heavily damaged over the years. You can see that they're missing a lot of detail. It would have had this running all down the fence originally. And you can see bits and pieces of it broken on the ground here. And there's two of these, so both of these are a grave. And again, this is where this gets really fascinating. is when we walk over here on this side, and I have never seen a marker before like this on a grave. And this is what was absolutely amazing, and I definitely had to show this on video. First of all, this is pre-Civil War, so that's extra fascinating to me. Generally, when I'm filming things, I consider the pre-Civil War to be kind of the older, and post-Civil War to be kind of the newer. The area of Georgia I usually film was not settled until 1826. I'm not sure if we are in an earlier settled part of the state or not right now, because I'm not quite sure where I'm at. Anyway, this is sacred to the memory of Sarah E. Johnson, daughter of Ephraim and Rebecca M. Johnson, born February 17, 1832, departed this life January 29, 1859. Her short pilgrimage on earth proved to be a source of pleasure and happiness to parents, friends, and acquaintances. She was a member of no church, though her Christian friends believe she is not dead, but sleepeth in the arms of a blessed Savior. And just check out that cast iron old marker here. I have never before seen one. What is that? That's that thick. I've never seen one of those before. And that's not the only one that's here. As we go around all the thorny bushes and go into rattlesnake territory over here, we find another one. This is sacred to the memory of Rachel P. Bazemore, wife of Dr. G.M. Bazemore, and daughter of Ephraim and Rebecca Johnson. She was married July 17, 1857, departed this life January 9th, that's 1859. Aged 18 years, 8 months, and 4 days. She was an obedient daughter, a friend, and affectionate companion. And from her walk and conversation, she is not dead, but sleepeth. It says she is not dead, but sleepeth. She has by her side, oh wow, she has by her side a little babe, 12 days old, which sleepeth in the tomb. To rise when time shall be no more. Wow, how tragic is that? She has by her side a little babe, 12 days old. So Rachel's grave is here within this other amazing fence. Wow, so I've never seen these markers before. I've never seen these cast iron markers before, or at least around here. I've seen similar stuff in cemeteries further away, but never around here. But also, I mean, what a tragic grave that is. I mean, both of these young ladies here, and 18 years old. You know, a lot of these graves that we see are full lives lived, you know, people who died in old age, not in the case of this, obviously. And I don't know, there's something even more sad about that to me than even the graves of little children. There's a field stone right there marking a grave. Then over here is W.W. Johnson, May 26, 1830 to February 17, 1913. And over here we've got the same thing, F.M. Johnson, February 11th, 1835, but nobody ever came back and engraved a death date. So again, we have the question, was she actually buried here? We don't know. Dear parents, though we miss you much, we know you rest with God. So he probably, again, died first. This marker was purchased and placed here, and we don't know if she was buried here because they didn't come back and engrave her death date. That's a pretty marker though. Looks like the very last marked grave out here. It's going to be this one. See the break in the stone right there? In loving remembrance of Maddie V. Johnson, wife of John W. Matthews, born in Crawford County, Georgia. So we may be in Crawford County right now. My maps aren't working. I've got no service here, so I can't tell. She was born in Crawford County, Georgia, July 14th, 1855. Died in Culloden, Georgia. Maybe January 12th. Is that what that says? June, I think it's June 12th, 1888. So amazing roadside cemetery here. I always, whenever I'm in a place like this, I want to know more about the people here. And of course, in this one, in a strange county that I'm not familiar with the history of. I don't have any idea about these people, but we can, of course, further research after the video is done. Always check down in the comments. People leave great information about these places that they are able to find on sites like Ancestry. So amazing cemetery here. Really cool to find these on the side of the road too. Kind of just hidden history that many people just drive by and never know is here. But amazing, unique graves here that I've never seen before. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time on another adventure into history.